Hi, I'm Hayley. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm decorating my front porch for Christmas. We're sitting at a cool 25 degrees right now, but I've got my coat inside, I've got my hot chocolate, I'm ready. I've got a few workspaces I can escape to if I need to. I'm really excited to get this done. It doesn't look like it's going to warm up anytime too soon, so I really want to get this done. My daughter has a dentist appointment later, so if I don't finish, it might roll into tomorrow, which is fine. But the sooner I can get it done, the better. It's only going to get colder. So let me give you a quick look at kind of the current state of the front porch. In the spirit of keeping it very real, you can see some chalk, scooter, things have gotten a little messy, got some empty pots. You can see that we have kind of the remnants of our fall porch display. We've used up most of our pumpkins. After we carved them and they rotted out, I went ahead and threw them away. But our kale is still holding very strong, and these purple mums actually bloomed and held their color for 2 whole months. I was really impressed. These little yellow ones didn't do quite as well, but they did a great job. I was really happy with the kale especially. Just this morning, I noticed these ones kind of starting to struggle. It's really cold. It's really frosty outside. So I'm not sure. I don't really want to throw these away yet. I might just put them in a little pot I have over here and just kind of see how they do. It just seems like such a pity to throw them away. The mums, I'm kind of thinking about trying to just stick these in the ground and see how they do. Mums I usually treat as annuals because they're just kind of a struggle sometimes, but I might just, stick them in the ground. It's pretty cold, but I figure there's no harm in trying, at least. I do have these branches that I think I'm going to keep and use for our Christmas display. Take the wreath down. Our pumpkin stack lasted. It's leaning a little bit, but it definitely lasted and held. So these are some of the things I'm going to carry out to our chickens and they can enjoy them. I don't really have a definite plan. What I'm thinking is I want to try to make an oversized door swag. So instead of a wreath, which I normally do, I want to make a large swag that goes right down to about there. And then I'm going to try making a garland that goes up and over my door. We'll see how that goes. Just an idea. I might make another swag to go to hang down from the light. And then here, I have this really nice obelisk, I think that's how you say it. I wanted to put it here and then kind of fill it up, but what I realized is I would be obstructing this little guy right here. And this time of year, with porch pirates and all of that, function has to come before beauty. So I might put the taller obelisk right here instead. We will see. This area over here, I'm not going to do too much. We don't really use this area. I might just kind of clean up some of the pillows, get rid of the fall colors, and just kind of see. But we'll see. Just kind of a work in progress. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of clear some things out. I'm going to take the pumpkins out to my chickens where we'll kind of chop those up later and then give them a nice snack. But I'm just going to clear things out and then get everything to kind of a nice blank slate. And then I'm going to head out to my backyard and start foraging some of our evergreens and a few other shrubs for branches that I can use for the swag and the garland. Maybe a few other things. So just gonna start getting it cleaned up. All right, I got everything pretty much cleared out. I used the blower and got the porch area pretty clean. It doesn't need to be perfect. I don't really mind if there's a little bit of dirt and kind of some other things here and there, spider webs. It's just that time of year. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and take my stuff out, set the pumpkins out, get the mums ready, and then I'm going to start cutting some branches for our door swag in Garland. Planted my mums right here, and again, this is a last ditch effort. I don't expect those to make it, but I figure it's better to try than to just toss them in the garbage. So we'll see, who knows, they might surprise us. So now I'm going to go ahead. You can see I've got nice evergreens in this forest area back in my backyard. I'm going to go ahead and start cutting some branches. I'm also going to get some stuff that looks like this. You can see it's all frosty right now. And I have an idea for this. So just different kinds of branches. You can see I've got the blue spruce behind me. So I'm kind of keeping in mind my swag, kind of the colors I want it to be, and just kind of going with it. I'm experimenting. This whole thing is just an evolving process. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so I got my cuttings from the backyard, and now what I'm going to do is take some of these bare little twiggy branches and spray paint them. I always like the look of like Arctic fire dogwoods that you can grow. You can buy these also, but I say, why go to the trouble if you can just quickly paint them. I went for a cranberry color. I debated doing bright red, but I thought this would look a little more realistic, which doesn't really matter. It's just kind of what you want, what you prefer. So it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just trying to get in some color. And honestly, the rougher job, the better, the more realistic. So I'm just gonna get to coloring a few of these branches, and then I think it'll make a nice display kind of interwoven into the evergreen swag and garland and the containers. So we'll just see how it goes. All right, I have this large branch that I think I'm going to use for the foundation of our door swag. I'll need to anchor it down here with another hook, and then I need to do a little trimming. Think about like that will look good, but it's getting really cold outside, so I'm going to take this into my garage and start putting the swag together, and then probably stop there for today. Okay, I am out in my garage now. It's a little bit warmer. It was just getting so cold. So I'm laying out this large branch. It's a blue spruce, so it has this nice kind of bluey silvery color. And I'm going to use this as kind of my foundational piece. And then I'm just going to come in with some different colors of evergreen and just kind of weave them in. I have some arborvitae foliage also. And then I have a few of the branches that we spray painted this kind of cranberry color. Now, I do have a few picks that I saved when I was decorating my Christmas trees, so I think I'll use those also. And then the big finish for this is going to be a very large bow up at the top. And I think I'm just going to stick with really bright red. So this is going to be pretty simple. I'm just kind of winging it and going with what I think looks good. It is a new day, so it's still cold. I think it's like 27 degrees. I did finish the swag yesterday and I'm really happy with it. I might do a little bit of tweaking after we kind of finish everything, but for now I just need to build a little bit of momentum. So I'm going to start kind of playing with arranging the pots and moving things around, kind of seeing what I have in terms of decoration, kind of what I can make, build some momentum, and then I'm going to come back and start in on the garland to kind of frame out the doorway. So I'm just going to get busy. Like I said earlier, this is all experimental. It's just kind of a work in progress, and I just have to kind of shift and adjust as I go. That's just how I do things best. It's just my process. So here we go. I'm making these kind of garden orb things out of wire hanging baskets that I don't really ever use. And I thought these would look cool with some Christmas lights in them if I zip tie them together. And then maybe if I have enough lights, kind of wind the lights around them so that they really look cool at night. So I'm just experimenting. I'm going to go ahead and tie these together and then just kind of see how it goes. Alright, it's kind of coming together. I've gone through several rounds of loving and then hating it, so I definitely had this side really overloaded for a while, so I kind of balanced some things out, moved this pot over here, and what I've tried to do is kind of just make these kind of wild tree-ish arrangements, and I'm really planning on using Christmas lights to kind of set it off. So hopefully it comes together. Christmas trees. Oh, and then I do want to add some more bows so that once we have our swag up and garland, if that works out, it will look all tied together and nice and Christmassy. So I'm just going to keep going and see what happens. All right, status update. I thought I was filming as I hung the garland up and then looked back and saw that I missed the whole thing, but that's all right. So I went super just simple with the garland. I've never made garland, but basically what I wanted was just some branches like this to frame out the door. I like that I can still see the molding. You can see my 3 command hooks up there. I plan to hide those, I think, with some ribbon. So yeah, I think I might go inside and start putting together a few different ribbons to kind of tie everything together. And then my last step is just going in with light. This has been a fun project. It's been a very cold project, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's definitely a very full, abundant, kind of maximalist look. Could have definitely gone simpler, but I'm really happy with how it looks. I love walking outside and just seeing a festive look. So we definitely achieved that. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I want to wish you very happy decorating.